We'll start off with 20 breaths just to get ourselves settled. So let's close our eyes. Start with a long, deep breath. 4 short. Long. And the last breath, breathe in, hold for a little while, and then just on the exhale, sigh out. And with that sighing out, you're just releasing any of the stresses and strains in your body, just releasing anything that you've been holding on to. Perhaps you've been holding on to certain emotions, holding on to old fears, old anxieties of the day or longer standing ones. So now release, let go, so that you can be fully present in this moment here, now. Feel the gentle pull of gravity that connects you to the very center of Mother Earth, and just feel how you're comfortably held. And now take another long deep breath, and in so doing connect to your emotions, connect to the prominent emotions of the last few days, the last week. Maybe other prominent emotions come up that you've been holding on to, that have been plaguing you on some level. See them, feel them, experience them, and then just let them go. You might want to take another long deep breath to release. So just feeling a whole lot more centered, a whole lot more present. Release the thoughts, release what's happening in your mind. Of course, these thoughts are the lower frequency thoughts that keep you stuck in the here and the now, that keep you stuck in this body. So as you release these thoughts, you just expand into higher mind, into a higher awareness and consciousness of yourself. So as you expand, you start to become aware of the you that's beyond your body, the you that's beyond your ego, opening up to your soul, to the divine consciousness. In a moment, I'm going to count to 5, and on 5 you're going to see and visualize yourself in a very beautiful place, a very safe place in nature. With every number you also go deeper. So 1, 2, relaxing more, 3, 4, almost there, 5. See yourself in the safe place in nature now. See vegetation, plants, flowers perhaps. Feel a gentle breeze blowing in your hair, feet on the cool earth. And then maybe you hear the sounds around you like running water, the rustle of the wind. Just be fully immersed, fully present in this safe place in nature. You don't need to see this with absolute clarity, just get a sense of it. The most important thing to remember here is that through your imagination, you're willing yourself to experience this place. So in this safe place in nature, you see a figure walk towards you, kind of stepping out of the mists that are beyond. And as this figure approaches, you see very soon that this is your higher self, your soul. You know and recognize them. And first off, just look into those loving eyes as your soul comes closer. Just get a sense of absolute support, being cared for, being understood by your soul. But also that your soul knows you beyond your ego, beyond who you think you are. So in the presence of your soul now, feeling very safe, you're ready to open up even more, to interact even more with an archetype, a god, a goddess that will come to you. Might be a god or a goddess that you've chosen as a card or that's popped up in your life in the last while, or otherwise it'll be an archetype that specifically needs to communicate with you here. But first of all, remember that your soul, your higher self, is your protection, and what comes from and what feels right on a soul level is a higher truth than what any other archetype might share or tell you. So again, you notice in those mists beyond the bounds of this safe place in nature, you see some sort of shadowy figure. Shadowy in the sense that you can't quite make them out yet. And now this figure kind of takes on a light. It might be a light on a heart level or at the crown. And you notice now that this archetype, god or goddess, a chosen one or one that's chosen you, steps through the mists, and that figure might still be very vague, obscure, but as it walks towards you, starts to take on some characteristics. Notice the colors. Maybe this god or goddess is surrounded by an aura of colors. Or maybe he or she has a symbol or something remarkable about them that stands out. And as this archetype steps even closer, the image starts to become very clear. And this might be an image that you've already seen, or it might be something that is being revealed to you now. See it, or get a sense of it, or imagine what this would be like. Remember, you can use some of the symbols that you already know. But do everything that you need to make this archetype more real for you. Feel their energy, feel that they pulsate in energy, that your body picks up, that your body registers. And as this god or goddess comes closer, interacts with your energy field, you feel how that changes your posture, how you feel in your emotional self. Maybe you've had some emotions that have been heavier or more anxious, But now being in the presence of this divinity uplifts you. And feel what it feels like to be uplifted by such a divine being, a being that carries a higher frequency, a being that is of the light and the love, in the space which is held and protected by your soul. Feel uplifted. Feel that you share in the space of this divinity. And as you feel the effects on your body and on your emotions, open your mind more. Maybe your mind has been racing or trying to figure out how to do this visualization, or trying to concentrate or getting distracted. It doesn't matter. Just gently bring your thoughts to this god or goddess that stands in front of you. Maybe you want to focus on a particular symbol or color related to this divinity. Maybe it's the feeling that this god or goddess instills in you that you focus on. But as you create more of a connection, the mind becomes more quiet. Your ego mind just steps aside a little bit as we make space for this higher mind. And now allow yourself to be seen from the perspective of this archetype. A chosen archetype, or an archetype that has chosen you. Get a sense of yourself and your life from this perspective, and get a sense of what is flowing in your life, what is working, what you're doing according to your greater purpose. And also become more aware of the things in your life that you love, the things in your life that make your life worth living, that inspire you, that bring you joy. Perhaps there are some of these little moments that you ignore. But now allow this archetype to remind you of some of these talents and abilities, these moments of bliss and meaning. And as this connection goes deeper, you start to trust further. And as you trust more, different dimensions open, going way beyond the mind, reaching up way higher into the higher mind. And as you transcend the mind, you go into that higher space of celestial knowing, which is merged with celestial love. And as you keep seeing yourself from this perspective, from the perspective of this archetype, get a sense of the areas in your life that are blocked, or the ways in which you get in your own way, the ways in which you sabotage yourself. And this is not a judgment, just take a look. Take a look at some of the bad decisions, or the emotions that are inappropriate, or the habits that no longer serve you. And what does this particular god or goddess have to say or offer? What help or healing do they bring you in this context? Be open, make space to receive. Make space to see yourself in this way. And really take in this vision, this understanding. Because you and this archetype are resonating at the same frequency. This archetype being even more connected to higher mind, can convey information to you now that the two of you are resonating together. And really feel this knowing on a deep level in your stomach, in your heart, throughout your body as a knowing. Where is my life flowing? Where is my life blocked? And as you observe yourself in this way, you can take the corrective action. You can cultivate the areas that you desire to cultivate, that are the best for your highest growth. And now perhaps you have a question, something in your life, something specific that you want more information about. Ask this divinity, this archetype, and let the answer come as a symbol, as a word, a message, or a knowing. Just a clear sense, and trust the message that comes to you, given that you are resonating with a higher frequency, a higher knowing. And as you remain open in this way, ask this archetype, this god or goddess, if they have something about themselves that they want to reveal to you. Perhaps a way of being, or a state, or an emotion. What this archetype feels like, or what inviting this archetype into your world will do for you in your growth. So get a sense of greater revelation from this archetype, greater insight. Thank your archetype now as very slowly they start to step back into the mists. Thank your soul for being present with you here in this safe place in nature, this holy place of learning and connection. And as you see that the god or the goddess has fully returned back into those mists beyond, perhaps you're just left with a feeling, or a knowing, or a sense, an understanding. And sit with that. Maybe it's a symbol, or an image, or a color. Sit with that, reflect, and give thanks for this access that you have. Access to these archetypes, these divinities that inspire and that protect and that open the way. Thank your soul. And now I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and on 3 you'll just open your eyes and be back here in this space, fully awake, fully alert. 1, 2, coming back, and 3, just take a deep breath. Feel your body, be present.